Good evening, listeners. Welcome to this evening Property Focus program brought to you by Horizon Properties, the real property merchants, your local expert with global reach. We are back this evening to continue our assignment of disseminating information to the public to enable the public to make informed decisions on matters relating to property transactions and the property market. Last week, we were making submissions of concern towards the pending Bill 13 of 2025. That is the bill intends to amend Lands and Deeds Registration Act to give powers to the Chief Registrar to cancel title. You are aware that the Ministry of Lands has tentatively withdrawn the bill for further consultation from the stakeholders. The bill is intended for the public, including for investors that may be affected. Allow me to clearly submit to you and outline some of the concerns or the clauses that have caused discomfort to stakeholders like us. As subsection 1 of section 57A permits the Chief Registrar, upon application by an interested party, to cancel the certificate of title. That is, if 1, the title was issued in contravention of the law; 2, issued in error; 3, obtained by fraud, misrepresentation, concealment of material fact. Our understanding is that the reason for this clause is to create remedy for defective or fraudulently obtained titles. Though the intentions are good, the subsection shifts the significant adjudicative power to an administrative officer, bypassing judiciary. The real world effect is that of weakening the conclusive status of land titles, which is central for land security, investment, and credit markets. 2, subsection 3 requires the Chief Registrar to notify the title holder and allow 30 days for response. Failure to respond within the period leads to cancellation of title under subsection 4. I understand this process. Our understanding as Horizon Properties is that this process lacks procedural safeguards, including hearings, standards of evidence, or independent review. In practice, it is likely to open the door for unjustified cancellations due to administrative errors, mail failures, or manipulation. The automatic cancellation weakens procedural safeguards. For example, a title holder, number 1, may not have received the notice due to address change, postal failure, or incomplete information. Should that person lose title? No. Let not someone lose title because they have not received notification. Number 2, there are Zambians in the diaspora, actually, whose contacts are not with the Ministry of Lands. And that those Zambians in the rural areas with unreliable postal systems. And this may, should those people lose their property rights through no failure of their own? No. These are some of the issues that have caused discomfort to us. Number 3, the absence of evidentiary requirements in the drafting means that the Chief Registrar could cancel a title based solely on the applicant's unsubstantiated claim without verifying authenticity or reviewing documentary support. The actions, our comment is that the actions in subsection 2, 3, and 4 contradict the standard legal threshold required in the judicial processes to determine fraud and error. And therefore, we should not go that way. We foresee the undermining of investor confidence where lenders, developers, or purchasers who rely on the stability of land titles for security may be very skeptical because investors are risk averse. One important aspect in investment is security of tenure. This is a key factor that must be assessed by any investor, the security of tenure. And this is, we need to be very careful, and because we may lose investment, both local and foreign. Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, number 3, subsection 5 provides a 60-day window for the registrar to review any response from the title holder and decide to cancel or not. Furthermore, subsection 6 requires written notification if the application is rejected. Subsection 7 mandates cancellation if the registrar is not satisfied by the response on, that is, the registrar, if it's not satisfied with your response, then they will proceed to cancel title. As I said, it's very important to understand why there was agitation, so that in an event that the minister resubmits the bill to Parliament for consideration, we should be able to understand and submit adequately to the committee responsible for processing of this bill. Our understanding that the provisions of subsection 5, 6, and 7 grant near absolute discretion to the registrar without judicial involvement. Such powers over a constitutionally property rights without recourse to an impartial tribunal is just a marked departure from Zambia's legal traditions and global standards. The property rights are constitutionally protected. Now, an administrative officer to override the constitutional rights, this is a departure from the Zambia's legal traditions and global standards. So we are concerned about that section of the 3 sections, subsection 5, 6, and 7. Number 4, subsection 8 to 10 provide for appeals. Now, it says that the aggrieved persons may appeal to the minister within 14 days and subsequently to the court or land tribunal. Ladies and gentlemen, the mentioned framework of appeal has got 2 problems that we have identified. Number 1, it politicizes land dispute resolution by inserting a ministerial appeal step. It brings in politics. How can a politician make determinations in such resolution of land resolutions? No. It brings in now politics in land, in property disputes. Number 2, it creates procedural delay and potential bias, as the minister is not a judicial authority, and therefore it will be now based on personal understanding or judgment without judicial procedure processes. You are aware that the Minister has withdrawn the bill for further consultations from the stakeholders, and therefore it's time for us to seek understanding of the bill and its contents so that we will be able to submit adequately in an event that the bill is retabled to Parliament, so that the public understand the intentions of the bill and the contents. This program is intended to disseminate information to the public to be able to make informed decisions, and this is what we are doing, and we will continue to do so next week as we continue to look at other sections of the bill, so that in an event it comes back, we are able to submit adequately.
You're listening to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. Now joining me in the studio this evening, I have Larry Adrian, who is the Sales and Listings Coordinator. We're also joined by Derek Atongo, Sales and Projects Officer, as well as Lutanda Kahuta, also Sales Executive from Horizon Properties. Gentlemen, good evening to you, and do welcome to the program.
Good evening, Nono, and thank you so much for having us.
Your quick reaction there to the doctor's presentation, Adrian?
Doctor's presentation, I think, provides quite some detail to exactly what the submissions that he made, of course, on the show last week. And I know others may not have had the opportunity to listen to exactly what his submission was with regards to this bill last week. And the best you can do is simply go to our Facebook page and check for last week, of course, program for Property Focus, which were live on the show. And if at all you can't access Facebook, but you want some information with regards to what was presented last week, so that you can best understand what he presents tonight, what he's presented tonight, the best you can do is send us an email to info@thehorizonproperties.com. So last week he made a submission, and today he continues to explain exactly what it is that he was trying to present about. So please send us an email to info@thehorizonproperties.com so that he can actually get to explain exactly what he's trying to talk about, especially if you missed last week's presentation.
All right. Now I know that we are in a brand new month, which is August, obviously, and when you think about property, you're thinking current listings, you're thinking maybe residential plots, you're also thinking homes and farms. What is really standing out, generally as we speak right now, on the property market?
Okay, so I understand we have a number of listings currently on properties, and ranging, of course, from residential plots, we have farms for sale, we have houses, both complete and incomplete. We have houses on rent, and also business spaces that we are, of course, renting out currently. And we also have the fact that a lot of other people are trying to sell property out there. Bids, of course, maybe other registered firms, which are colleagues in the business, and we also have those that who are registered and of course are selling properties every day, and also have others that post properties on Facebook for sale, in as much as they do not understand in certain times the legal statuses and everything of exactly what they're saying. So I'll try and bring out a few pointers which I'll try and explain in brief, so people would understand exactly why we get, of course, properties that we get to list get to stand out. So number one, to top the list is just the genuineness of the properties that we sell. So of late, I think we've heard a lot of stories of how people have complained to have bought properties that actually do not exist. We also have heard people who got to transact on properties, especially our friends in the diaspora, but the time that we're coming back home, they found to say those properties were nowhere to be seen, because maybe the relatives went ahead and captured people's properties and showed them, so no, this is what we're bidding for you. So there are a lot of stories that we can bring up with regards to how genuine certain properties are. We've also heard of stories where certain agents, of course, have gone to the extent of trying to sell properties without understanding who owns that particular property. And certain times, that no, property, but without documentation. And the other people who are not informed have gone ahead to even actually pay money on those properties without any form of documentation to show, to say this is what they're buying. So those are issues which, when you transact with us, you will not encounter such. Because why am I saying so? Before we actually get to list these properties, there is a process of due diligence which is done. So we actually get to know what we are selling. In other circles, when you're dealing with our friends on the street, mainly the focus is the money and not what they're selling. But when you deal with Horizon Properties, it's about the service that we get to provide to our clients. Because it's not just about that particular sale that I will be trying to make, but it's about longevity as well. Because I understand, so despite this particular business that I'm pushing right now, tomorrow again I need to sell to somebody else. So there is that which you need to put into consideration when you choose to transact on any property that you see around. Because you can imagine, you're dealing with someone who has no reputation to protect. They can do absolutely anything because their focus is just to get what they can from you. So people need to understand, to say, okay, this hard-earned money. Others will even have gotten retirement money, the benefits, and others 20% tax. We know these issues, and you rush to go and transact with someone who you feel is cheaper, or someone who you feel appeals to what you want. No, take your time and sit down. What do I mean by this? Find out, do these people have the knowledge of what they're selling? Who owns this particular property? And what information does the agent have? So all that is what you're going to find. Because if you meet me at Horizon Property selling the property and you ask me, who's selling the property? I'll tell you. What's the status in terms of title and all that? I'm going to explain to you based on what I understand. And then, of course, if at all there are any beneficiaries for those properties which may be under administration, all that information is going to be given to you, to a point whereby when you get to a point of paying for that property, you would understand what you're getting into. But our friends on the streets, mostly they are in a hurry. You find that you start discovering things when the money has already gone. Now you realize maybe title is lost. So maybe certain times you realize maybe the caveat of the property. So many things, of which when you get to deal with ourselves, certain information is given to you for you to decide. So this is what you're dealing with. And the other issue which I'll try to bring out, I won't be taking, I'll just explain it in brief. Of course, right pricing. We understand properties, of course, are different. Many of the times that I see on social media, people commenting on properties that they don't understand. Maybe a property is posted in Kablonga with a certain price, and someone ignorantly goes and says, since when did properties start to sell for that particular much? And this is a trend that is out there. And in most times, people sell properties with wrong prices. We find that someone is selling a plot, let's say maybe Kwamongole, for a price for which you can buy a plot in Silverest, because people do not understand these things and do not understand the price. So when you come to us, for instance, you meet Mr. Kauta, who's trying to maybe attend to you, tell you, if you want this is your budget, this is where you go. If you want to build ABCD, this is where you buy. All that information is given to you due to what? The expertise. And despite the expertise, there's also the aspect of the variety of properties. So when you come, we won't just restrict you to buy this particular listing. Because sometimes our friends on the street would have one particular property. You tell them you want to build apartments, stay in Kwamongole, because that's the only property that they have. So all those, you would actually avoid wasting time when you actually get to deal with ourselves. So yes, everyone else is listing properties, and we are listing properties. But these particular properties that we have, you actually get to get value for your money. So there's a lot that I can bring out in relation to the practical experiences. I didn't want to go to certain terminologies and all those, but I wanted to bring out exactly what you get to experience with the listings that you find with ourselves when you come to transact. Yes, people are listing everywhere, and I know Mr. Gota has some experience of which he bring out certain details that I may not have. Listing, it's easy to say, no, but do you understand? Do you know who owns that particular property? And then you who's buying, do you know what risk you're getting into? There are all those issues. So there is a lot that we can talk about, but let me allow my friend to talk about something.
Mr. Zoza, Mr. Mbeu even has basically mentioned everything, but I think he was trying to be really modest, I stand the risk of sounding braggadocious, and really, I think it's also honest. So let me just go out and say it. I'll say nothing different from what he said. I'll just say it in my own way, I guess. Mr. Zaza, apart from, of course, the genuineness and all these other things about the properties themselves and how these properties market themselves as tending to their location, size, and maybe even pricing, Mr. Zaza, I would say the biggest thing that makes these properties stand out from everything else in the market is also the platform on which they sit. And that platform is, of course, the name Horizon Properties. Now, one would say what makes Horizon Properties special compared to everything else? Mr. Zaza, apart from, of course, the amount of time that has gotten for the name to be built in the property market, it's also, of course, the systems within which basically is the foundation of the name Horizon Properties. The systems that we have in which we trade property are phenomenal. Not only are they phenomenal right now, we have this approach of continuous improvement. They constantly are adapting to what is happening on the market. And this is how come we come here and obviously try to disseminate this information. Beyond that, also it is in the casing of professionalism, know-how, experience over a period of time, meaning longevity, and honesty and integrity within which, or rather with which, Horizon Properties operates in. So now all these properties sit on that bedrock being the name, of course, Horizon Properties. And of course, how can they not shine, Mr. Zaza? Nakamba integrity and honesty. And then boss Vanga Wakamba due diligence and all of these other nice things. I mean, try to compare us with anybody else.
All right. We're going to take a mini break for the headlines at 90. We'll continue with Property Focus. Please stay tuned. This is Hot FM.
Buy land from the people you know. Buy cheap land from Horizon Properties. Come visit our head office in Woodlands on Chindo Road, right opposite Woodlands 8 Primary School. Kablonga Shopping Complex, shop number 8, Chindo Road, Lusaka. Lusaka Town Center on the alley behind Lusaka Hotel. Contact our Kablonga office on 0211 260422.
Our town office 0211 226902. Horizon Properties.
You're listening to Property Focus, brought to you courtesy of Horizon Properties. Now, gentlemen, let's get into the price range for available farmland. I know we're only in August, but the minute we get slowly to September, November, this is when someone needs to start thinking about farming. What do you have currently from Horizon Properties when it comes to available farmland?
Okay, so we have quite a number of listings, and before I mention maybe 3 or 4, let me mention to say what we mention on radio isn't everything that we have for sale, because this is just like a fraction of what you can find at Horizon Properties. So for you to better understand what we are offering in terms of products, the best is of course check out Horizon Properties Limited Facebook, or Horizon Properties Limited Residential Plots page, or Horizon Properties Limited Farmlands page. There you'll find all the listings that we have currently available for sale. We currently have a very hot listing in terms of farmland in Chisamba. I've called it hot because just like the famous saying that good things don't last. Just like this one. This one I would equate you to that. So this one is very hot. It's good, and trust me, it won't last. Also, when you check out the period under which it was listed and what's left to tell you a story. So Chisamba, we have 5-acre portions of land, which we are selling at only 100,000 kwacha. So these are 9 kilometers off the third road. So you drive all the way up to Landress Corner, you turn on the tarmac, which is called Mumba Road, you drive all the way up to Matson Corner, which should be like 13 kilometers on the third road. And on the right, there'll be Gravel Road, which was recently upgraded and properly done. So you drive on that road for 9 kilometers all the way up to the farm. Power is on site, network, you don't have to worry about checking on your caretaker, saying maybe maybe some no. There's network on the farm, and you can keep in touch and know exactly what's happening on the farm. So 5 acres at only 100,000 kwacha. Limited slots, of course, are available for sale. And moving away from Chisamba, we have farms in Mungule. So Mungule, we have 5-acre portions of land, which we're selling at 150,000 kwacha. So here as well, the access is actually very good. You can access it from the Great North Road through 10 miles, or from Mumba Road, which is slightly after Mwemeshi satellites, you turn to the right. Also here we have limited slots. And like we always say, this becomes the best time to buy land. If you're someone who's been dreaming of, okay, let me get land which is nearby, where I can, near CBD, this is definitely the best option. Because like we all know, land, like we've always said, has limited supply, but the demand keeps increasing, and very soon these are areas where others are already selling small plots, but we are still selling 5-acre portions of land. And the best you can do is to buy now, so that you would have those bigger plots that we see around when you drive around. This is definitely what you need to get. So Mungole 5 acres at only 150,000 kwacha. And then we have farms in Chongwe, Chamlimba area, which we are selling at 75,000 kwacha. These are only 17 kilometers from the Great East Road, turning, of course, after Shonge Town, after the bridge. And then I also have farms in Chiawa, which is near Lower Zambezi. So right now, because of the state of the road, you have to go through Chirundu, and then you drive 29 kilometers from Shoprite all the way up to the farm. So we have 3 sizes. We have 50 acres, which we are selling at 350,000 kwacha. We also have 20-acre portions of land, which we are selling at 160,000 kwacha. We also have 5 acres at 60,000 kwacha.
All right, interesting. I thought gentleman there was going to add something there, but let's talk about locations now. In terms of residential plots and maybe the price ranges. And I know the Rutanda obviously may have some information. Is it Derek?
Okay, I'm sure I can mention some, and my colleague can come in. So for residential plots, we have residential plots in different locations. We have plots in Kafue. Those are 20 by 30 plots. Those are located in C7. Those of us that knows Kafue we know Kafue Estates. So our plots are actually just about 50 meters from the nearest tarmac. Those are 20 by 30 plots going for 75,000 kwacha. Those plots are on title. And if you're someone that is looking for a residential plot in Kafue, please come to Horizon Properties. We'll be able to actually help you. From Kafue Nono, we also have plots in Lusaka West. So Lusaka West, these are 20 by 30 plots as well. These are going for 65,000 kwacha. Already on title, just about 3.1 kilometers from the Westwood Police Post. So if you want plots in Lusaka West, please come to Horizon Properties. Our plots are just about 3 kilometers from the main Mumbwa Road. So those are 20 by 30 plots that you can actually even secure on a payment plan. So from Lusaka West, we come to Leopardsville. We do have actually road front plots. These are 20 by 30 plots on title, just about 20 kilometers from Crossroads Mall. And these are going for 250,000 kwacha nono. These are in a some sort of a gated community, if I can say that. The plots are already in a wire fence, road front, and you can secure yours actually because we have just a limited number of plots that are remaining. These are 20 by 30 going for 250,000 kwacha. Still keeping along the Leopardsville Road, we also have plots in Njolwe. Okay, so Njolwe is just about when you proceed from our Leopardsville site, which is a road front, you just drive about 2 kilometers just after the Parawana Junction. You turn to your right and you drive about 7 kilometers inside. These are 20 by 30 plots, already on title, going for 100,000 kwacha only. We do have a payment plan on those as well. So if you want a plot around the Leopardsville, we have plots in Njolwe that are actually affordable. These are 20 by 30 plots on title, going for 100,000 kwacha. From our Leopardsville side, we also have plots in Stumbeko. Okay, so Stumbeko, we have two sizes there. We have 1 acre plots. These are going for 38,000 kwacha, and we also have 50 by 50 plots, going for only 25,000 kwacha. So our Stumbeko site, you actually branch off the Mumbwa Road by Stumbeko Market there. Then you drive about 17 kilometers inside. You get to the site. These plots are equally on title as well. So please, we want to emphasize, if you are looking for land where you can invest and gain value, this is one of those sites that you should consider, because you are getting a 50 by 50 plot at only 25,000 kwacha. Then you have got an acre. You are getting an acre going at 38,000 kwacha. So if you're looking for land and you want to invest, you want to land bank, this is one of the sites that we can actually encourage you to go for, because you are securing huge chunk of land at a reasonable price. Okay, imagine getting an acre at 38,000 kwacha, land on title, just 17 kilometers from the tarmac. Okay, these are sites that you need to consider. From our Stumbeko site, I would like to also mention that we also have another site in Chiwombo. Okay, our site in Chiwombo is just about 1.5 kilometers from the civic center, the Chiwombo Civic Center. So if you are looking for a plot in Chiwombo, you can get a 20 by 30 plot in Chiwombo from Horizon Properties at only 45,000 kwacha. Okay, so if you want to invest, like you were saying, away from the Stumbeko site, you have another opportunity in Chiwombo, which you can actually secure a plot at 45,000 kwacha. Then we also have our Katuba site. In Katuba, we have 20 by 30 as well. Those are going for 75,000 kwacha. So if you're looking for land in Katuba, you can come to Horizon Properties. You can secure a 20 by 30 in Katuba at 75,000 kwacha. Remember, the Great North Road will actually attract a lot of investment because of the dual carriageway that is happening there. So you can secure a plot in Chiwombo at 45,000 kwacha. You can secure a plot in Katuba at 75,000 kwacha. So those are some of the sites that we have, But of course here, because the time is limited, we have actually different residential plots in different locations. There are those that were selling on behalf of our clients, and there are those that were selling as Horizon Properties. But because of time, allow me to mention just those. But before you let me go, there is also the Green Village. The Green Village is actually just located 20 kilometers from the airport roundabout if you keep to your east, which is the Great East Road. So that site is just about 2 kilometers off the main Great East Road. There we've got two sizes. We have the 20 by 22.5. Those are going for 120,000 kwacha nono. And we also have the 30 by 30 plots going for 228,000 kwacha. Remember, this is a gated community where services such as water, electricity, security, road network are in place. Okay, the area is already fenced. People have started moving into their houses. People are building. Okay, so if you are looking for a plot in a well-secured place, a place that is easily accessible, a place where you can invest, a place where you are going to have actually getting different commodities, different services just within the same area. This is a site that you should consider. You are getting a 20 by 22 at 120,000 kwacha. You are getting a 30 by 30 at 228,000 kwacha. If you want to view the site, you just want to appreciate how the area is, please do call me on 077-9707-215. I'll repeat the number, 077-9707-215. You can actually reach me via WhatsApp on the same number, or you can call me on the same number. I'll be glad to actually schedule an appointment with you and just learn you through and see for yourself how this area is coming up. You may be missing an opportunity whilst other people are building secretly, but we're here to help you so that you can know where the opportunity lies.
Just to furbish maybe just different areas or just additional areas to what my colleague here was mentioning, I would like to bring to everybody's attention the Mikango 40-acre piece of land that we have. This piece of land has, of course, a borehole, an overhead tank, already has a caretaker house, and also at the end of it has a stream, a seasonal stream. The property is located 1.5 kilometers off Leopard's Hill Road. So off Leopard's Hill Road, only 1.5 kilometers, we're talking about 40 acres of land here with the borehole, overhead tank, and the caretaker's house in Mikango, going at 650,000 kwacha only. So this 650,000 gets you a 40-acre piece of land in Mikango with a borehole, overhead tank, and caretaker house or structure on it. Only 1.5 kilometers off Leopard's Hill Road. Another one that I'd like to bring to people's attention is the Chilanga Mapepe plot that we have, which is of course on title. It's 21 by 31 in extent, located about 3 kilometers off Kafiwe Road. So this 21 by 31 Chilanga Mapepe title plot, which is 3 kilometers off Kafiwe Road, is only going at 295,000 kwacha. So 295,000 kwacha gets you this said title plot in Chilanga Mapepe. Another area that I'd like to bring or rather make mention is the Minwundeke Phase 2 21 by 20 plot that we have, which is located in a developed neighborhood only 470 meters from the tarred road. The property is fenced on 3 sides, has a borehole with a hand pump, and power is already on site. So this plot in Minwundeke Phase 2, that is a 21 by 20 in extent, is only going at 385,000 kwacha. Like I said, it already has a borehole and a hand pump with power and only 470 meters from the tarred road. Keeping true to Minwood, I guess. Minwood Komwena now, we have a 25 by 30 plot, which is of course, again, you already know Minwood Komwena, so you already know it's a developed neighborhood. Now this time at least also it has power on site as well, and keeping true to distance, only about 450 meters from the tarred road, which is less than half a kilometer, and is also suitable for building rental apartments. This said 25 by 30 plot in Minwood Komwena, going at 390,000 kwacha. So 390,000 kwacha gets you this 25 by 30 plot in Minwood Komwena Phase 4. This said 25 by 30 is only 450 meters from the tarred road with power already on site in a developed neighborhood people do need to take advantage of this. It is going at only 390,000 kwacha.
Okay. Now, Derek, let me bring you back in because you had started obviously talking about the Horizon Green Village. But maybe let's look at some factors here. You know, maybe someone is looking for a secure place. Maybe someone is eco-conscious. Or maybe they're just looking for a community that is centered in a place where they know they can live, there's safety there, there's freedom to maneuver around. What are some of the key reasons they should consider investing in the Horizon Green Village?
Okay, first and foremost, I would like to mention that let us not take away the fact that these plots are very much affordable currently. Okay, you may be looking for a well-secured place to build your dream home, but let us first consider the aspect of affordability. Is that place that you're looking for affordable? Okay, so when you look at the Green Village right now, it is one of those gated communities that is very much affordable for those that are working in the private sector, those that are working in the public sector. The vision behind the Green Village was that we should enable people to have access to affordable land, to have access to affordable housing. So if you're looking for a plot that is in a well-secured place, which would give you a peace of mind as a family or as a couple, come to the Green Village, because you'll be getting a plot as big as a 30 by 30 plot with, of course, different amenities already planned for. Services such as water, electricity, road network, security, it's already on site. You are getting that plot at 228,000 kwacha. Of course, with the payment plan. If you're paying cash, we do consider giving discounts. In case you're looking for maybe a sizable plot, you are a young couple, you're a new couple that is looking for where to invest, but you are very conscious that you want a well-secured place. We do have 20 by 22.5 plots. Those are going for 120,000 kwacha. Okay, so if you are such a couple that is looking for reasonable land and affordable, please come to the Green Village. We'll be able to assist you. Away from the affordability aspect, I would like also to make mention that this site is already secured as we speak. Okay, it's not just a plan, but it is something that we're demonstrating in action. Okay, as people are coming on board right now, you are buying, okay, but the area is already secured. It's already fenced off. We have a security firm already on site. They do patrol 24/7 to make sure that if you are someone that has already started constructing, your materials are safe. Those that have already moved into the houses, we are making sure that they are safe as well. Okay, so it is a gated community that is already in motion. A gated community where we're demonstrating the vision that is behind the gated community. Another point that I would like to make mention, obviously avoidance of being or sounding monotonous, I would like to make mention that different amenities have already been planned for. Okay, this is not just a lip service, but we are actually showing. If you are going to go to the site, you ask where will be the shopping. We'll take you to the place that has been planned for shopping. Where is the hospital? We'll take you to the designated area where the hospital will be, because we believe that these are amenities that will actually help to save those that would be the residents there. Okay, you are thinking about schools for your kids. We'll take you where the nursery school will be. We'll take you where the secondary school will be. We'll take you where the primary school will be, because we understand that this is why you are buying into that gated community, because these amenities are very crucial and essential for the well-being of the residents that are buying into this gated community. So if you are looking for a place where you can invest, this is right here, because we are demonstrating what we envisioned to have. Another point that I would like to mention, is that this gated community, it is attractive to the like-minded buyers. Okay, like you have mentioned, you are very cautious about your security. Obviously, you are not the only one. There's another person that is also thinking like you. So this gated community is attractive to the like-minded buyers, because it's more like you're looking for the common things. Okay, you're looking for ways in which you can try to actually help to preserve the environment. Another person is also thinking about that. So meaning if you buy into the gated community, you buy into the green village, another person who is just thinking like you, they are equally also considering to buy, or maybe they have even bought into the gated community already. So this is a gated community that is attractive to like-minded buyers, which also now gives me also an opportunity to make mention that families that are getting into the green village, they have an opportunity to shape the future of their kids, because it's more like you are believing in the same values, you are believing in the same principles, and that will be passed on to the next generation. Because we understand that as Horizon Properties, we're not just setting up this gated community for ourselves as a business entity, but we're setting up this gated community for the future generations. So if we're going to have a responsible citizenry in the future, this is the work that we have started. We are looking at people that will be cautious in terms of how they are using the environment, so that they do not actually deplete the environment resources that would also benefit the future generation. So if you are looking for a gated community where you are going to invest not just for yourself, but you're also investing for the future generations, the Green Village is the answer, because we are believing that we are helping to shape the destiny of the future of Zambia, because we understand that the climate change is here to stay, and it is up to us as a generation to also create a base for those that will come after us to take up the mantle and be able to continue preserving the environment. And by us setting up this gated community, we are giving an opportunity to the general public, those that believe that they need to leave Zambia as a better place as they found it actually. It is now that they can buy into this gated community and be able to preserve the environment.
All right, interesting. Now, I know we are running obviously just a few minutes before we wrap up the program. Maybe Adrian, any notable things that you'd like to add with regards to our conversations this evening? And maybe what are we looking forward to as well? I know we just ended the month of August. Farmers' Day was just a few days ago.
Yeah. So I think the conversation tonight is key, but I would want to draw, of course, our learners to the note that I started on why our listings, of course, stand out as we get to interact with the property market. So, like I said, we understand to say a lot of people are selling properties everywhere, and but if our good man, Mr. Derek, didn't have an opportunity, of course, to actually speak as to exactly why our listings get to stand out as we interact with the property market. And maybe let me give him an opportunity to also put across his points, because this is actually something that our listeners need to listen to. Because it's easy to say, no, I saw a plot for sale. No, I saw a house for sale. Palika farm, but do you really understand what you're getting into? So maybe let me allow him to also add his voice, since he was on the Green Village, and I expected him to bring out the Green Village with regards to that.
Mr. Derek, you're back again.
Yes, no. I think my first point would be no, as a company, we do not regard ourselves to targeting a certain audience. We actually regard the general public as our target audience. And when you look at the pointers that Mr. Mbewe brought out, even Mr. Rutanda brought out, was to the fact that we have a variety of products, and these products are a fit to different classes of people, okay? So we are not just leaning towards a certain class of people, but our services are to give an opportunity to any person, be it from the lower class, middle class, or the higher class, because we understand that we are there to provide a service. We are there to provide a service to the public, to make sure that those that are looking for lower end of products, they can actually find products at Horizon Properties. You're looking for a house in Mateo, come to Horizon Properties, we'll give you that house. You're looking for a house in Charara, you'll find it at Horizon Properties. You're looking for a house in Yokasama or Kablonga, you will still find what you want at Horizon Properties. We are more of like a one-stop shop. Okay, so our target audience is the general public because we respond to the demands of our market. We don't respond to the demand of a certain class of people. No, because we want to make a lot of money. Let us just align ourselves to the high-end products. No, we are there to provide the service. No. So if you are looking for a property, and what sets Horizon Properties apart is that you are going to find the product that you are looking for. If you don't find it at that particular time, we would like to just request you to give us a bit of time, but we'll be able to deliver because our pride is in delivering the assignments that our clients give us or even our vendors give us, because we believe that we're a company that is there to provide a service. We're a company that is there to add to the growth of our real estate market in Zambia. And we understand that our existence, obviously over 23 years now, our impact has been felt because we are there to provide a service. Another point that I would like to mention, Nono, is that we are always mindful in terms of the launch of our sites that we do launch, because we first conduct a market research. Okay, we have heard stories. Obviously, if you knew Nono, maybe you have come across some stories where someone will be selling plots, maybe for example, in a certain location. Instead of marketing their plots, they will be saying, even Horizon Properties is selling in this particular location. Why? Because they understand that where Horizon Properties is, it means there's value. Okay, so once we do a market research, we are there to show the general public that where the market is going, it is this direction. So if you can secure land now where Horizon Properties is selling, you stand a better chance of actually gaining a lot of value in the near future. Because our launch of our sites or of our products, it means we have done our homework. We have seen the dynamics in the market, and we have seen where the market is heading. So if you are going to buy a plot from Horizon Properties, you are guaranteed that even if it is affordable at that particular moment, you shouldn't think twice. Just secure, and you can leave it there. But we can guarantee you that after some time, the value will actually rapidly increase because our market research would have been done, and we're just giving you an opportunity to see where the market is going. So we are not a company that just sells for the sake of selling, but we are able to read the dynamics of the market, and we're able to predict that this is where the value is going. Okay, so if you are looking for a gated community like we have just mentioned, we have the Green Village. And we are telling you to say the Green Village is the future of Silverest. So you cannot be left behind when others are actually investing in the Green Village, because in no time from now, you may be regretting why you didn't secure a plot in the Green Village. Because as we speak right now, we have people that are actually contemplating to put up some apartments for students in the Green Village, and they want to introduce maybe transportation where students can be getting on a bus from Green Village and come to Unilas, for example. Okay, but there are people that are still adamant and thinking to say, for me, I just want a plot closer to Unilas. But how much are you getting that plot? Okay, you can build nice apartments, introduce transportation, which can pick students from Green Village, bring them to Unilas, take them back. Meaning you are going to be charging, there will be transportation, there will be rentals for the apartments. Okay, so those investors that are not using their eyes to see, they are using their mind to see, because they know that the Green Village is the future of Silverest.
All right, well said, Gary there. Jen, closing remarks. And once again, it was Farmers' Day yesterday.
There's no promotion.
Fine, no promotions.
Yeah, so there's no promotion for Farmers' Day, definitely. Yeah, because I got it, the Farmers' Day was coming out strong, and definitely there's no promotion on Farmers' Day. The best you can do is check out the current listings that we have. Don't limit yourself to what we, of course, bring out on radio, because due to time we are limited to what we can bring out. But if you came through to check exactly what we have on offer at our offices, you'll be amazed, because you guys to say, Masakira for a long time to say, I've been looking for a plot in this particular area, or I've been looking for a farm in this particular, so they can celebrate Farmers' Day next year. Since I'm happy, we have a farm for you. So if you're someone who would want to visit our offices and actually get to have one-on-one interaction with us, you can simply come through to our Woodlands, which is through our construction office or head office, which is right opposite Woodlands A Primary School, right on Chindo Road. We also have our Kablonga office, which is where we are, shop number 8 on Chindo Road, right in Kablonga, the old Kablonga shopping complex. I know a lot of people think of Central Mall, the other one there, but the old building there, the old Kablonga shopping mall, shop number 8. Please come through and have a chat. We also have another office which is in town, on the alley behind Osaka Hotel. And then, like I said, what's discussed on the show is just a fraction of what we can do. So if you're someone who's looking to sell a property, please do get in touch with us by sending us an email, which is easier, to info@thehorizonproperties.com, and we'll gladly, of course, attend to that inquiry. If you're someone who would want to have an idea of what we do, simply check us on Facebook, which is Horizon Properties Limited, or you can simply go to the Horizon Green Village project page, which is specifically dedicated to the Green Village. Or you can simply check out our Horizon Properties residential page, residential plots page, or simply Horizon Properties farmlands page. So there's a lot more that you can actually get to take advantage of, maybe view in advance as you wait to buy, maybe one days like a 20% can happen. So please do come through and have a conversation, don't just shy away. For everything that is discussed on the show, if you have any questions, contributions, and you want maybe to understand the certain aspect of real estate, or anything that was presented either today or some time back that you want to maybe catch up on, simply send us an email to info@thehorizonproperties.com.
All right. Adrian, Derek, as well as Thunder, always a pleasure to have you guys here. Thanks so much for coming through.
It's always a pleasure being here.
Okay. There you have it. That's it for today's episode.